Hello peoples! In today's video I thought I'd show you the benefits of salvaging the wrecks from the bounty hunting missions that you're going to be doing. I currently am grinding out the Miles Eckhart mission line to get to the Stolen Idris mission. Currently I have the Capture Arlington gang leader, which is the last one pretty much in the line, that will have a hammerhead as a target. With that in mind, we're going to do some salvage after the fight to maximize our Alpha ACU rewards. So, get a snack, a tasty beverage, sit back, relax, and let's get to it. Okay, so here's how we're set up. We have two groups. We have an attack group that's going to be primarily responsible for taking out the Hammerhead and any of its escorts. That consists of a Drake Corsair, an Ares Inferno, and a Vanguard Harbinger. And then we have the salvage group, which in this case is a Reclaimer. Now you can use any salvage vessel, Reclaimer, obviously Vultures will work as well. You're probably going to want to bring more than one Vulture if you're going to use Vultures, and you're probably going to want to bring some type of cargo ship to be able to haul all that salvage back, because it definitely ain't going to fit in a Vulture. So, we're going to continue to close in while our attack group whittles down the Hammerhead, and once we get in range, we're going to take that size 5 guns that are in our top turret and put them to work and soften up any targets that remain, because after all, we can add to that firepower and help out our comrades over here. Now, as it turns out, this particular mission, we have a Hammerhead, and the escorts that spawned with the Hammerhead turned out to be 2 more Reclaimers. So once we kill all 3 ships, we're going to have a ton of salvage. And it's going to take a while to salvage it all out, but it's going to be worth it in the end. The link for our ship loadout for Urkel is in the video description below as well. It's nothing special, it's just pretty much a standard build. We swapped out, a couple of the weapons and the quantum drive, I think. But if you're interested, you can check it out. So what we're going to do is just continue to close in. You can see I'm using my ping here because I don't want to run into the ground, and this battle is taking place pretty close to the surface of the planet, and it's dark. So don't be afraid to use your ping. Better off than running into the ground and blowing up. So here we're going to finish off this Reclaimer with our turret, just adding the firepower. The Hammerhead's already gone down. I think there's still another Reclaimer up, I'm not 100% sure. But you'll notice the trespassing sign is up, and that's because we are in a bunker area mission. The group spawned right over it, and those turrets are shooting at us. So we're now going to sterilize that bunker by taking out the turrets, and the Reclaimer will do a pretty good job at taking some fire and taking out those turrets, as well as our attack group. It takes a little bit of time, but it's worth it. We'll clear all the turrets out, and then we can salvage in peace. So let's just wait for all this to take place, get done, and then we'll move on to the salvage. Now once the turrets were cleared out, we promptly begin salvaging with the Hammerhead. At the same time that we're salvaging and hull scraping, we have another team that is on the surface that went in and will check the Hammerhead's cargo bay and the Reclaimers that were shot down, their cargo bay as well, for any type of cargo that we might potentially find. Sadly, in this particular instance, no cargo was found in any of them. We did find a few bodies of crew members from the Hammerhead and the Reclaimers, and the team basically stripped down what they wanted, the weapons and the armor that they wanted to take, and added to their inventory. Other than that, this is just going to be a standard salvaging operation. Nothing too difficult. It goes pretty fast in the Reclaimer as far as being able to salvage a large ship, but overall, because there is quite a few ships here, of good size, it's going to take a while. So once the Hammerhead was finished, we moved over to the first Reclaimer and started salvaging that. About this time, a group from our attack squadron or group, whatever you want to call them, decided they would go and do that bunker that we neutralized. So they went in, and I believe they had a couple targets that they could neutralize, and they also went through and got some equipment out of the loot boxes that spawn with that bunker. Just a little side note. So always try to maximize your profit and time on target by taking whatever you can get. So in this particular mission, we really liked out. The hammerhead had spawned over a bunker area, and when we were done destroying everything, they landed literally within just a couple hundred yards of the bunker, so people could get out from the reclaimer and from our other ships that we had in our second group and walk over there and do the bunker mission while a couple of us were sitting in the reclaimer. So now we've moved on to the third and final wreck. We've been sitting here for about an hour and a half, maybe hour 45 minutes, salvaging between all three wrecks, getting a lot of salvage out. The cargo bay in the reclaimer is getting full, and if you've ever seen the inside of the cargo bay of a reclaimer, it's pretty big. You can put a lot of salvage in there. We've got the sun coming up because it's dawn, and sit back and relax and take a look at this eye candy that we call Star Citizen. I mean, this is just a great shot, nice beauty shot. I will say this, that it's almost therapeutic doing the salvage here because you're just kind of like power washing away the hull. Kind of sit there, don't have to worry about the asteroid getting overcharged, blowing up in your face, destroying your ship. Don't have to worry about quantanium instability issues or anything like that. We just sit here and collect our salvage. We've got a couple people in the turrets as well, so that if any of the riffraff comes in and wants to screw around with us, well, we can dissuade them quite nicely. Now, obviously, you can take a reclaimer out with a good torpedo, but not everybody has access to it. Not everybody is hunting a reclaimer where we're at, so we're good to go. I do recommend that you keep at least 1 or 2 people in your turrets at all times in case you do have somebody come in, or at least they need to be able to access those turrets very quickly. The shields on a reclaimer will give you enough time to react for the most part, but again, if somebody's coming in with either a stealth bomber like an Eclipse or a Retaliator and they get a torpedo on you, yeah, you're not going to have a very good day. So in case you haven't seen the salvage deck of a reclaimer, here you go. As you can see, you're going to need at least one person down here at all times to pull these cargo boxes when they automatically get ejected and then stack them up. We've got both sides of the reclaimer here being utilized. One side's completely full. We're working on the second. During this particular video shot, I believe we had already done the hammerhead and at least one of the reclaimer wrecks, and we were working on the second reclaimer wreck in total. So you can see there's quite a lot of cargo space there that you're going to be able to put your salvage in. Right now there's either a bug or some type of omission on CIG's part, so you can only have the cargo boxes stacked one high, which doesn't make any sense, obviously. But even though they're one high, you have such a large space that you can fit quite a lot of salvage in here. Eventually, they'll probably take care of that, and as you can see, we've got some pretty high ceilings, so they'll probably go up at least 3 or 4 high in the future. So just be aware of that if you are thinking about getting a reclaimer. Now, as we finish up here, I would love to tell you that we went back, sold all of our scrap, made 2 million Alpha UEC, and split it. Unfortunately, on the way back, we were going to Grimhex to sell the scrap because that's where I like to go. We ran into a Star Citizen feature, or is it a bug, and clipped an invisible asteroid, which resulted in the complete and total destruction of our reclaimer. And we easily had at least, I would say, 1 million Alpha UEC in salvage on board to sell. So that's a bummer. It sucks because we'd been there for probably close to 2 hours total doing all this salvaging stuff. Unfortunately, I did not get the video of us dying in a fiery invisible asteroid crash because I had just turned off my capturing software and was getting ready to dock and then show you what we were going to make in the sale of all that salvage, but sadly we can't do it. So just be aware of that, that easy come, easy go. CIG giveth and CIG taketh away in some of the most peculiar ways. Oh well. So, what do you think of salvaging your bounty hunting wrecks? Is it a good thing, a bad thing, takes too long, etc.? Leave your comments in the comments section below. Don't forget, do the thing with the subscribe, the like, the notify. Also, we have a free fly currently going on, so if you'd like a little free Alpha UEC, use the referral code in the video description below. Till next time, take care.